Good morning. Good morning, internet friends. This is what we're working with today. I'm very tired. And I can get into all the reasons that I'm tired in just a moment, but I just thought for today's video we could try to overcome that feeling as best as we possibly can using the strategies that I typically do when I wake up on a day feeling like this, bedraggled, you might say, and I also need to do things that day. We're going to tackle everything. We're going to do a little skincare. We're going to do a little makeup. We're going to fix the hair. We're going to get dressed. And then we're going to see how we feel by the end. Hopefully better than now. Let's get started. For me, on a day like today, it all starts with hydration. Because typically when I'm tired, when I'm not getting good sleep, my skin gets really dry, or at least dry for me. I have this Gold Clover Fresh Face Balm. It's basically tallow, simple, one ingredient, and my skin really likes it. Should I get closer to you? Kind of just warm it up and then put it everywhere that I need hydration. And there we go. If I want to do a second moisturizer, sometimes I like this one. It's from Trader Joe's, Antioxidant Facial Serum. Hypothetically, this could go underneath the one that I just did. Order of application. Don't they say that you're supposed to put your skincare on by thinness? Like starting with your thinnest product and then moving to your thickest product? Is that accurate? Makes sense to me. In this case, I'm going in the opposite order. Excess product on the back of the hands, because those are the things that show age first. I don't know. These little tidbits that we pick up and then we just unconsciously do them. And then hydration for my lips, which is Burt's Bees. If I was feeling really tired, but the day was really busy, I might just stop there with like a good layer of hydration, pull my hair back, and just, do what I need to do for the day. But today I'm filming. It's like my YouTube work day. And so I need a little bit more pep in my step. So we're going to try to tackle the hair. So this is like 3 or 4 day hair. I've just been sleeping on it and all of the definition is kind of lost from this top layer. I have slightly more curl underneath my hair, but even this has lost a lot of definition. So my goal on a day like today, if I'm not going to wash my hair, is just to kind of revive some of that curl, take away any grease, and tone down the frizz. Dry shampoo. It's mostly right here in the front. I feel like I handle my hair a lot right here in the front. I do a lot of this. The more that you touch your hair, the greasier it gets. So it's mostly this front part, I feel like, that needs the dry shampoo. You really got to trust the process with this one. I just let it sit there for a little bit, absorb the oil. If I was going to do an updo, then I would probably put some in the back under here, but that part I don't think is going to be seen. So for now, I'm just going to rub it in until it's not visible anymore, especially at the part. Already it's better. It might not seem better, but things have to look worse before they get better. I'm a strong believer in that. And things are a little bit poofier now, but there's more volume here at the root, and that will help me down the line in this process. Sip of coffee to bolster the soul. And then typically on 3-4 day hair, I go for a beachy spray. I don't do this when I first wash my hair because I find it makes my hair a little bit dirty. Then my hair doesn't last as long throughout the week, but it's good when I want to revive things. I have a couple of different, I don't know what you would call them, sea salt sprays. I think that's what they are. I have a couple different ones. I really like this one from Playa, but it is discontinued, unfortunately. So I'm just savoring the last of the bottle. And I tend to just spray it all over, especially directed toward this section of my hair that tends to lose definition first. Now again, it's gonna look worse before it gets better. At least let's hope so. So we've added more frizz, but we've also added more texture, and I'm gonna let it kind of dry a bit, and then I will come back in to counteract the frizz after things have set a bit more. It's not a crazy amount of texture, but it's just a little bit more definition than was happening before. And that's just kind of what I go for on a third or fourth day. I typically get my hair cut about once a week. No, that's wrong. Once a year. I typically get my hair cut once a year, and it's coming up on that time. I like to do a fall snip, and my hair is needing it, like getting kind of dry at the ends, especially after being in the water a lot through the summer. Okay, we're just gonna let it be, I think, and start some makeup stuff. And then we'll come back to the hair after. With the makeup on a tired day, I go for simple, hydrating, effective, but enough, to kind of boost if that's what I'm feeling. Sometimes the boost I need is to not wear any makeup. Just curl my lashes, do a little bit of chapstick, and I can feel really good doing that. For today, because I'm filming and just because I really enjoy the process, I want to do my makeup. I'm going to start with this MAC Strobe Cream. So one of the reasons that I'm feeling tired currently is that I just had the amazing opportunity to go be at my friend's home birth. And because she's a first-time mom, with first-time moms, labor can be 24, 36 hours, it's pretty normal. Hers ended up being 40 hours. And so we were all awake, for that portion of time. I think we were probably awake for more like 45, 46 hours with just all of the cleaning up and excitement and cuddles and celebration after the birth. So all that to say, I'm sleepy from that, though it was incredibly soul fulfilling to be there, and I wouldn't exchange those memories for the world. The way that it lined up though, I'm also just now in that part of my cycle leading up to my period, which I tend to have very intense fatigue during that time. I've also been struggling with some health stuff, some hormonal imbalance things, which has been giving me insomnia. It's great. It's a great combination. So when I came back from the birth, I still was waking up at like 3 in the morning and not being able to fall back asleep until 5. It's just my body is confused right now. Slapping on a little MAC face and body, just everywhere, everywhere. Like I said, we're going for hydrated, glowy, easy. I don't have a mirror, so I'm just making sure that all the little bits are blended in. Okay, now we're gonna do a little eye, just a little one. I'm gonna use the Rowan 75 Degrees Warm palette, maybe one of these darker shades. Typically don't use a brush with this because they're so malleable. I'm just gonna try it though to see if I can get a little bit more maneuverability. That's not a word. Maneuverability. I want to tell these shadows where to go. That's what I'm trying to say. Typically on a day like today, I'm just trying to add a little bit of definition and depth to my lash line. That's like my go-to. It's a classic for a reason. I wanted to go for a creamy shadow like this though, so it kind of could be a little bit more buffed out and easy. And then I often find that this eye wants to swoop down like that, so I just direct the shadow back up. And then I'm going to use a little bit of this warmer coppery tone, just kind of all over. Like that. Just because it's calling to me. There's no plan here. Oh, I'm wishing I had a mirror now. Wishing I did. Okay, farther back, it's less intense. I think we should quit while we're ahead. Thank goodness this eyeshadow is so creamy. So creamy and forgiving. I'm basically just blending it until I'm satisfied with the shape. I'm not regretting the copper now. I like what it's doing for my green eyes. Let's quit while we're ahead though. Let's do some eyebrows. Any clear eyebrow gel will do for me. I've tried filling my eyebrows in before, but on most days when I do that, I don't really feel like myself. Don't really enjoy the harshness that it brings to my face. Maybe because I'm kind of low contrast overall. Let's do mascara. There's a really big difference between doing your makeup for camera and doing your makeup for real life. And I've learned that just through this process of making YouTube videos. I've been doing it for about 1.5 years now. So, not that long in the grand scheme of things. But still, when you've made 60, 70 videos of yourself, you really get a sense of how forgiving the camera is when it comes to makeup application. Okay, before we do blush, bronzer, all those things, let's check on the hair. It's had a chance to dry a bit and tone itself down, which I'm liking. I'm going to add in a little bit of, I don't know if you would call this an oil. I've had this product for so long. It's from Aveda, it's from their Brilliant line. It's an anti-humectant pomade, I think is what it says. The writing is all worn off. A little of this product goes a very long way for me because I do have fine hair. I imagine if your hair was thicker or coarser that you would be able to use and handle more of this product, but I have to be very conservative. So just take a little bit, put it on palms of my hand, kind of gently brush it over the parts. Be very careful with this one. My ends can handle a little bit more of it, but my roots cannot. Okay, we're gonna let that one just settle in for a second. We're gonna do cheeks and then we're gonna pick out an outfit because truly, even if I don't do any of this, just getting dressed, it makes the biggest difference in my mood and my productivity. Okay, go to, this is not a brush. This is mascara. This is a brush and this is a bronzer and they're gonna go on my face now. I cannot wait to sleep through the night again. Starts off intense. We're gonna blend it out. My neck is so much more pale than the rest of me, which I think is typical. I like to bring my bronzer pretty high. Life-giving. Blush. Blush. Put a lot on my fingers that time. Thank goodness all of these things are blendable. I like my makeup products to be forgiving. It's a necessity for me. There's a hair stuck somewhere, y'all. And just for a little pop of pink, I've got my MAC Glow Play blush. I like that kind of on the apples of my cheeks. And then the darker, more nude, plummy color towards the back. Okay, folks, are we doing lips? I never know. That's how I feel about doing lips. I just don't know. Let's do like just a teeny bit of color. Just a little bit. This is a Tower 28 one liner, the shade Work of Art. I apply it like right on the bottom, almost to create a shadow, and then blend it in significantly. Very light on the top. And then I've got this Victoria Beckham lipstick in the shade Pose. I'm just going to dab this just a little bit, directing most of the color towards the outer edge or the inner lip. What would you call that? I'm keeping this part and this part, the center of my lip, as free as possible from this darker color. And then after I finish, I just want to like smudge it all away. You know, like make it a little bit more lived in. I think it's time for a new mascara. This one's kind of fading a bit, dropping, which it normally doesn't. It's a good sign to me when it doesn't have the same power as it normally does. I've had it for quite a while, so it makes sense. It tracks. All right, let's look at the hair. I mean, it's better to me than it was before. Let's do an outfit. Okay, here's what I've finagled and here's my thought process. I'm going simple. On a day like today, when I'm this tired, simple is best, simple and comfortable. So I've got just a white t-shirt and a pair of kind of looser fitting jeans because I'm gonna be sitting a good amount, especially once I start editing, and I'm gonna want to feel comfortable, and I know that I do in these. Simple, right? Very simple, very comfortable. And now I just want to add a couple little things to give that mood boost. I thought we could try this little vest, maybe a pair of glasses. Wow, my hair's so long. It's taking up so much of the space. This is good. I feel like this is the mood boost that I need, just a little bit of color in the outfit while still keeping everything very comfortable and easy. If I needed to go out, which I think maybe later I'm doing a grocery pickup, I would probably just grab some sort of slide or slip-on or clog like this. So here we have it. this is what I would do if I was feeling tired, which I am. So this is what I've done. Kind of easy but uplifting makeup. Doing something about the hair always goes a long way for me. And then just cute and comfy outfit. You can't beat the combo. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey. Now I must go forth into my day of content creation. And I think I'm going to be able to tackle it with a little bit more energy than when I first woke up. It's a win. Hope you find something small today to give you that pep in your step. It doesn't have to be makeup. It doesn't have to be anything about your appearance. I hope you guys know that. It's just about the little things, the little comforting, mood boosting things that sometimes we just need. You're a person. You need things. I'm a person. I need things. Give yourself what you need. All right. I'm gonna get myself more coffee because I know I need that.